Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the awakening journey. I am an intuitive ascension-based astrologer, a tarot reader, a Reiki master, and an angelic healer. And it is my mission to assist you in your awakening journey. I have a whole variety of services, which you can find listed in the description box below, that I offer if you require any assistance or support in this journey. So definitely check those out and shoot me an email if you want to set something up. I am absolutely here to help. I want to welcome back all of my subscribers. As you can see, we are in my new space right now. I've been moving all week, so this video is, I was going to say it's late, but it's not really late. I'm filming this on the day of the full moon, right? So we are right in the thick of the energies, which is beautiful and perfect, and everything is divinely guided. So this video is actually coming out probably exactly when it's meant to. But if we look at the, linear timing and when you should put out YouTube videos and when I try to get these videos out to sort of prepare you guys, we're a little bit behind. But, moving is an intense process. It was a very stressful, chaotic week. It was really interesting to see, though, how every time some sort of curveball was thrown in, Spirit would then return with a solution. So just seeing that assistance really playing out was really a beautiful experience for me. Even though in the moment I wasn't necessarily always as grateful and sort of in that space as I would have wanted to be, I was able to acknowledge that and be like, oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so that was the problem. There's the solution. Thank you. And, keep going like that. So it was a really interesting experience in that regard, but it did keep me on my toes. It did keep me very occupied, and so I was not able to record this video until today. But hey, it's here, we're getting right into it. So this is the full moon in Aquarius that we are ringing in and celebrating right now, and what a day this is. This energy is so dynamic, it's so intense, and it's been a buildup, right? We're going to go over, if you guys watched the weekly astrology report that I did for last week, some of this information is going to be familiar because it's sort of like we were being prepped, and now this is the solidification of that energy that we were feeling, building, and growing last week. And that energy is the energy of being asked to step into our authentic selves. We have, as we always do with a full moon, the sun and the moon opposing each other. So we have the sun in Leo and the moon in Aquarius. And we have one of these lovely, lovely T-squares like we talked about last week, but this one has the focal planet being Uranus. So we have Uranus squaring both the sun and the moon. And this is very interesting because Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. And as the full moon is in Aquarius, that makes Uranus the ruler of this full moon. Uranus, and also, secondly, Saturn as well, as Saturn was the original ruler of Aquarius. So we can look at it like that, and it actually makes a lot of sense to look at it with those two planets as the rulers. And we'll get into that. But first, I want to just kind of sink into this major energy of this T-square, because this is the energy that I feel more than anything else. This is what is really defining this full moon for us, is this energy. And this request or this invitation that's being made by Spirit, by the cosmos, for us to step into our authentic self, step into our authenticity. The video for last week was called Take Off the Mask. And this was, of course, a metaphorical mask, right? I'm not advising anyone on any situations going on with that as far as the outer world goes. We're keeping it to the energy on this channel, right? But the energy of that, how we're always walking around in the world, and we have these different masks that we put on, these different faces, these different personalities, really, right, that we wear when we're out interacting in public. I have this personality in my work life. I have this personality maybe in my home life. I have this personality when I go and do this other thing. And so what we're being asked to do right now is to begin to merge those personalities and find a way to live in our authenticity in all situations and all scenarios. And that can be really scary, right? Because what are people going to think? It's not always appropriate to be who we are, right? Or at least that's the way a lot of us have been made to feel. And that's that heavy energy that we're feeling right now when we have this opposition. we have Leo, who is very charismatic, right? Leo energy loves to be expressive and creative and really shine in the spotlight. However, the downfall or the pitfall to Leo energy is when Leo kind of plays to the crowd a little bit too much. Leo likes to be loved, right? Leos love love. And so if we want to be loved, we tend to sort of kind of adjust ourselves, it's like that mask that we put on, right? The different personalities that we wear when we interact with different people in the world so that we can get the response from them that we're looking for. So the moon in Aquarius is asking us to drop that act and to just stand firmly in who we are, no matter what. It's asking us to live that in every aspect of our lives, right? We talked about the Aquarian energy in general with the age of Aquarius and how we're ringing that in right now, and how this is like how we're all being called to step up in the world. Like, in order for us to truly shine and to find and live our purpose, we first have to find and live our authenticity. So this is an absolutely imperative step in that process. And we have this conversation going on, this sort of balancing act that we're looking for as far as these energies go, right? And then the focal planet in this T-square that's squaring both the sun and the moon is Uranus. And so Uranus, as the decider, is very much like, no, be who you are. Don't play to the crowd. Don't play small. Do not hold yourself back. Do not stop yourself from shining the way that you shine the brightest, even if it hurts other people's eyes, right? And Uranus is in Taurus right now. So this is a sign where Uranus really wants concrete physical results, right? Taurus is an earth sign. Uranus wants the results of our rebellion, of living our authentic lives, of our freedom to be seen and witnessed and manifested in the physical plane. And so once again, we are being called to look at areas where this is not the case in our lives. We have another interesting aspect going on during this full moon, where we have Mercury in Cancer, who is opposing both Saturn and Pluto. And so this is a very interesting energy as well. And really what this energy is calling us to do is to take some responsibility, right? Saturn, also another ruler of this full moon, being another ruler of Aquarius, is asking us to take responsibility. And it's asking us to take responsibility with the way that we communicate, right? Because Mercury is about speech, it's about communication, it's also about the mind. So over our own thoughts, to take responsibility over our own thoughts and really understand how those are manifesting, right? Saturn in the sign of Capricorn right now, which he also rules, how our thoughts are manifesting our reality. To take responsibility for that, to take responsibility of the way we communicate with other people, for really voicing what it is that we need, right? Mercury and Cancer, our needs. What is it that we need to be okay? Are we asking for that? Are we standing up for that? Are we building a structure in our lives that supports that? And if we're not, are we ready to do that? And then we have that energy of Pluto coming in. So that energy of Pluto is really, once again, calling us to step into our empowerment, calling us to really take a look at any shadow aspects that are still lurking in our consciousness that are manifesting, once again, Capricorn, right? Physically, earth signs, physically manifested in our reality. And to see and understand how we are creating that. It's that quote by Carl Jung that I absolutely love so much, that I bring up all the time, which is, until we make the unconscious conscious, it will dictate our lives and we will call it fate. And so that's what Pluto is really showing us with this right now, with this conversation with Mercury, is like that subconscious material is like, you see where this is physically manifested in your life. Now, are you ready to do something about that? Are you happy about that, or do you want to change that? And are you ready to do the work? We also have Mars making a square to both Pluto and Jupiter. And so this is, once again, our will, our desire, how we actualize ourselves in the world, right? Mars and Aries, we're very much fired up and wanting to get going. And so with this square, we may be experiencing, kind of like I was sharing about earlier with my own experience this week, right? those sort of roadblocks that seem to pop up. It's like we're kind of being thwarted, or it's like we want to put our energy into moving forward, but like we're trying to expand and we keep getting pushed back, right? Like the time is coming and we are preparing, but it's not fully here yet. So it's just about doing everything that we can do right now, right? Jupiter in Capricorn, once again, expanding, utilizing the resources at our disposal, fully understanding what the resources are that we have to work with. This is another big energy that these roadblocks are helping us to understand. Like, okay, what do I have right in front of me that I can use, right? That's that Capricorn energy, that very, here I go with the word thing again. But you guys know what I'm trying to say. It's that Capricorn energy that's asking us to be very strategic, to really fully utilize the resources at hand. And once we have learned how to do that, then expand beyond that. And like, what are the steps that need to be taken? Like, I really want, it's that Leo energy, right? That energy of like, I really want to blow up and really make my impact in the world, right? That Aries, Leo, fire energy. But like, how do I do that? What are the steps? What is the plan for that? What do I need to do? What is the foundation that needs to be built first? That's what a lot of these heavy hitting outer planets are asking us right now in Capricorn. Is how do I build my foundation? If we don't build a house on a firm foundation, that house will collapse. And so this is really all for our benefit. And some of these roadblocks that are coming up, these stumbling blocks, these pauses, it's all in our favor. We don't know, we can't see the whole picture. It's about seeing the bigger picture and really understanding that there is so much more going on than meets the eye. God's rejection is God's protection, right? We hear that all the time too. It's one of those phrases that people throw around, but it's really true. Like if we are feeling that we're losing something or something's being taken from us, that is actually, instead of looking at like that, at it like that, we want to look at it like that is being removed so that something that is meant for us, more meant, will be able to fall in its place. Right? Maybe we thought we were ready for this one thing, but we're not quite ready yet. And there's some other things that need to happen first to prepare us. And so we're being slow. It appears that we're slowing down, but we're really not, because we're building that foundation. So this is the stuff that's going on behind the scenes that we don't know and we don't understand. And so what we're being addressed to do this, not just for this full moon, but for this week and this time period moving forward, is to really allow, like, do what's right in front of us. Take the steps that we're being guided to take right now and just trust that Spirit is going to fill in the rest for us. And we're going to know, we're going to have all the information we need to act when it's time for us to act. And we're going to have all the skills we need to achieve what we're meant to achieve when it's time to achieve that. And building those skills, refining those skills, right? Building that foundation, continuing to do that shadow work, that inner work that's really necessary to propel us forward is all a key part of that process. So we are absolutely moving forward, even if it's not happening in the way that we had originally envisioned it. Like, we're being asked to think bigger, to look bigger. Aquarius energy is all about that bigger picture, right? Aquarius sees from that higher perspective, that higher, more cosmic point of view. So we're being asked to really look at that and do that right now. And we still have that beautiful sextile going on between Jupiter and Neptune. That's going to be going on right through the 8-8 portal, which we will get a video out on in a few days here. That is going to be such exciting energy. Such beautiful energy. And so really right now, leading up to that 8-8 portal too, this is really allowing us to like take stock of what it is you need. What do you need in a physical sense in order to move forward? What do you need to gain in a spiritual sense, in an emotional sense? What is going to help propel you forward? Because those things, if we have a clear intention and we know what it is that we desire to move forward in our lives, we will have the opportunity to be granted energetic access to those things, to those timelines, to those gifts, to whatever it is that we seek during this 8-8 portal. So this is really a preparatory stage for that as well. This is kind of like opening up those energies and showing us what it is that we need to see so that we're prepared to receive what it is that we are going to be gifted and receiving during this 8-8 portal. So that is really, really cool too. We also have we have a couple trines going on between the moon and Mars and the moon and Chiron. So I'm feeling this as just more of that energy of us really integrating the healing that's been going on with the Mars and the Chiron energy. If you guys haven't watched the Mars and Aries video, I recommend that you check that out, because a lot of that video, we went into these wounds that we're healing, right? Like Mars and Chiron had that conjunction near the beginning of Mars transit in Aries. And Chiron is now retrograde. Mars will be going retrograde soon. These energies are very interconnected during this Mars transit, because we're really healing those wounds around empowerment, around our sexuality, around our ability to assert ourselves in the world. And so we're coming more into a flow and a harmonization with that, getting deeper understandings of those lessons that some of these wounds, some of these experiences, these traumas that we're healing have taught us. Just really getting to a whole deeper level of insight and acceptance and healing around all of that. And then we can see with this Mercury opposition, right, to Saturn, where now that we are healing and we're growing, we're healing that our ability to assert ourselves, we're being asked to do that. We're being asked to communicate our needs to others, to spirit, right? Like that's what we're talking about with this 8-8 portal, is this is going to be an opportunity to communicate our needs to spirit and to have those needs fulfilled. This energy in general is just ramping up, and it's like I was just talking about, that's why I told that story at the beginning of the video. It's like we realize that we need something, it's for our highest good, and spirit delivers like that. That is quite literally exactly how it works. The small example of that from my moving experience this week would be the day that I realized I needed to have my stuff out sooner than I realized. And then the date got pushed up even more by some other circumstances. And so I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get my stuff moved sooner than the day that I had coordinated. And someone randomly called me up and offered to help. And it was quite literally like within half an hour to an hour, 90% of my things were moved. It's like, that's how fast spirit works. I thought to myself, shit, how am I going to make this happen? How is this going to work? And then options just started flooding in. That's how the manifestation process is beginning to work for us. And the more we believe that, and the more we sink our teeth into that and trust that and work with that energy, the more apparent it becomes. It is so exciting, you guys. So just play around with this. Get into this. Communicate what you need to spirit, to your guides, to your angels, to the people in your lives. But do it from that gentle Cancerian point of view, right? Do it lovingly and with integrity, but really learning how to speak that, how to speak our truth, how to stand by our truth, how to honor our own truth and honor the truth of others. But know that even I can honor your truth without taking it on as my own. So I don't know where that came from. There's just some random stuff that's coming out that I wasn't even planning to talk about. But, well, you know, like we said, it's all divinely guided and it's all meant to be shared. So I know that it's going to be helpful for somebody, or it was important to say, because if it wasn't, it wouldn't have come out. I'm just looking over my aspect list here to see if we missed anything else that I feel is important. But I mean, those are we still got that Sun trine Chiron, which is more of that healing, the integration of that healing of those energies like we were talking about. That's it. We covered it all. We can jump into the reading right now. All right. Beautiful. Let's do this. This is so exciting, you guys. I'm so happy to be doing this in this new space with all of you. Yeah, I guess we're going with the mystical shaman oracle first. So let's get some energies for this full moon in Aquarius. Full moon in Aquarius. Oh, the Aquarian energy is just, I love it. I absolutely, absolutely love it. It's really funny too because we all have everything in our charts, but I don't have any planets in Aquarius. It's, of course, ruling one of my houses. It's ruling my 8th house, but I feel very much, I have a great kinship with the energy of Aquarius, and it really gets me going. And every time that we have stuff going on, I get right into it. It really gets me fired up. All right. So we have the medicine wheel, the seer, and the giveaway. So this is us really stepping into our own healing, stepping into our own empowerment as far as our spiritual gifts go, right? Like the medicine wheel, the different levels of healing that we've undergone and that we are undergoing as we move through these different cycles of our lives, and we take all of that wisdom with us and we embody all of these. So we actually have all of the archetypes here that I call upon when I set my sacred space before I do these videos. We have the serpent, we have the jaguar, the hummingbird, and the condor. So it's all the 4 directions, right? And just all of that, the totality of that experience, the totality of that healing. Like we are connected to everything, right? Like the heart of the universe beats within us. We are that heart. And then I look down, we have the heart of the sky right here. And just this completion energy as we go through another spiral, right? Like healing's like a spiral. So we've completed one arc of that spiral, and now we're coming back in for a deeper and a deeper healing and a deeper stepping into and embracing of our authenticity, of our own personal medicine, right? Like we are all healers. We heal ourselves, and as we heal ourselves, we heal the collective and we heal the world. And so just that beautiful process of really like stepping into also our wisdom, right? Our psychic abilities, our connection, beginning to see and understand beyond what's being presented at face value, right? Seeing the world that we're ready to create. And so this is very much that Aquarian energy, right? That whole age of Aquarius that we're moving into is this energy of creation, of thinking outside the box, of being inventive, right? Like we're seeing it's groups, it's organizations, it's causes, it's coming together for a unified higher purpose. Something that will benefit not only us, but also the world. And that's what we're learning how to do right now. And so I'm going to link for you guys as well a video that I did on my original cooperative channel, Intuitive Insights, on the age of Aquarius, in case any of you guys are interested, because that was such an amazing video. And we covered so much as far as what this age is going to look like. But we're moving into that. And we're really stepping into our ability to intuit and discern. And really trust ourselves and trust our gut in situations. Like we're healing so much of this past trauma and all of this. We're moving out of all of these old storylines, right? We talk about that all the time. And we're coming into this place where we're much more in tune with our own psychic gifts, with our own abilities, right? With all of this stuff, we're seeing situations and understanding how to navigate things in ways that we haven't before. And we're really being called to look into those aspects. Like I'm feeling that continuing shadow journey, like we talked about as well, of really going into those deeper aspects of our psyche and finding the buried treasure that lies within. And we have the giveaway. And so this is the energy of being open and receptive, right? The energy of giving, of living in gratitude, of understanding, like we talk about all the time, that giving is receiving and receiving is giving. Like it's a flow, right? And so one is the other. And how, like, the more we give, the more we get. But we don't give to get. We give because it feels good and it fills our hearts with joy. And we don't give more than we have, right? This is this Cancer energy, this balance that we've been learning for a while now of how do I give from a place of being full, right? How do I fill myself up, and how do I give that excess to the world? And so really learning how to do that. And I feel for some of you guys, it's just like this embracing of your gifts. Like you're really stepping into your role as healers in your own reality, and then like moving that forward and paying that forward by helping to heal others as well, helping others to journey out of their darkness into their light. And that is the gift. That's the gift that you are both giving and receiving, right? So I'm feeling that energy as well, and just like this whole vision quest energy that's coming through for this. And so I'm going to look in the book and see if there's anything that sticks out to me to read to you guys about these cards that came out. Let's see. Go. The medicine wheel is a sacred hoop with the 4 cardinal directions well marked. It represents the cycle of life, the cycles of nature, and the circular pattern of our cosmos. It has been used for millennia in indigenous cultures to bring harmony and well-being to the village. Its directions symbolize the 4 steps the shaman takes to become a person of power and wisdom. To manifest clear blue skies in your life, it is important that you take a look at certain aspects of your being. Enter the medicine wheel from the south and reflect on how you are still clinging to the events from the past. Continue to the west and notice which relationships are toxic and drain your energy. Step into the north and ask yourself, do I know my passion and show it? That's what we're being asked right now, right? And at the east direction, visualizing how you want to live the next chapter of your life. It is up to you how much time you spend in each direction, minutes, days, or months. But when you are done, make sure to step outside the wheel and contemplate your journey. And so this is the wheel. This is the formula for what we're being asked to do during this full moon and during this week leading up to this 8/8 portal, is really getting rid of anything that's draining us, really being honest with ourselves about what's feeding us and what's draining us. What is draining that cup, and what energies are reciprocal and what energies are not, and where we need to sort of cut back on how we're expending our energy, how we want to adjust our light, right? We're talking about with Saturn, with the structure of our reality, how we want to adjust the structure of our reality so that it meets our needs. And that includes the people that we allow in our lives, the relationships that we allow in our lives. Continuing to release events from the past, these old stories that we were talking about, right? All of these old belief structures that aren't serving us anymore. And then really asking ourselves, do I step into my passion? Do I show it? Am I authentic? Do I carry myself and express myself authentically in the world? And then when we come out of the medicine wheel, in the east, right? It's the east. Sometimes I just laugh at myself. It's great. When we come out in the east, it's like, now, what do I need to move forward? What can we ask for as we enter this 8/8 portal? What are we wanting to manifest, right? 8 is the energy of abundance. It's that Leo energy, that lion. It's the Lion's Gate portal, right? Like, what do I want to manifest? What do I need to manifest that? And we'll get into more of that in the 8/8 portal video. But yeah, this is the process that we've been going through for a really long time, that a lot of us have finally completed that circuit. And now we're ready to emerge, and then we'll get to learn more and we'll get to go deeper, right? But right now we're emerging from one of these cycles, and we're really like stepping into our lives, stepping into this next phase of our journey. And it's absolutely beautiful and so exciting. And then we have the Seer. The Seer invites you to trust your intuition and follow it as it leads you forward. You may feel lost when it appears that your hunch is taking you in circles or even through a maze, kind of like we were talking about with all those roadblocks and stuff, right? But the hidden realms don't follow the rules of a two-dimensional map. Right, exactly what we were talking about. Trust your gut and allow your perception of your circumstances to widen, see the bigger picture, to include the nuances and subtle cues that you normally miss if you take things at face value. The Seer has gifted you with his magic. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Your vision is clear. Yes, yes, and always with living with gratitude, living from the heart, right? The giveaway. The heart of the sky, co-creating with love, co-creating our reality, right? Being in that place of gratitude and abundance, allowing that abundance to come to us. Co-creating, building that future, right? We come out of this medicine wheel. We have this intuition. We learn to trust this intuition. We learn to trust that we're being guided. And even when we experience those roadblocks, we can continue to be thankful and know that they're put there for a purpose and trust that purpose and stay in that space of gratitude. Keep that heart open to receive, right? Know that we are the authors of our destiny. We get to write our own story. We are creating this reality, and it can be as beautiful or as painful as we want. That is completely up to us. All of this is completely up to us. And then the ancient ones. We are being supported by the ancient ones. We are building our connection to them. They are reaching out through this full moon portal to us to offer us assistance, to offer us thanks for all of the healing that we're doing, which is also healing them, to really help us to embrace the ancient one that lives within us, right? Like we all have that aspect and that energy within us, and we're learning through this process of becoming our own shaman, our own healer, right? We're learning how to embrace and connect to that spirit of the ancient ones that lives, and the wisdom that lives within us. The ancient ones are inviting you to reach to the future to help birth a new destiny for the earth. Go ahead, find out who you are becoming 10,000 years from now. If you accept the invitation, great power and blessings will come your way and allow you to craft a new destiny for yourself. Do not hesitate to bite off more than you can chew, because you have unlimited spiritual resources right now. Boom. It's all there. It's all there. Then we got the sun under that, right? The sun and the beauty way. And the spiral, like we were talking about. Oh my God, and magic. I've never even seen this card before, the magic card. Oh wait, I think I have once, number 33. But that is beautiful. Oh my God, we are stepping into our magic. We are being supported and guided. Ask for, this looks like a portal to me right now, right? A magical portal. Like we are being gifted and given absolutely everything that we need. See the world through the eyes of love, through the eyes of gratitude, right? The beauty way, approaching life like a prayer, seeing the beauty and the love in absolutely everything, seeing the grace, seeing the magic, connecting with that, knowing that you are the magic, and just being willing to be that beautiful magical being that you are meant to be, and to not apologize for that. When the magic appears, you're invited to see the world through the eyes of wonder and awe, taking on the innocence of a child who knows that all things are possible. Infinite potential exists in the great mind, and you're being invited to call it in and recognize the dance in synchronistic events, signs, symbols, and omens given to you through the oracle of the ordinary world. This is a sign that Spirit is reminding you that you co-create your world in a sacred partnership. Your part is to dream, to intend, and to watch for the signs that show you what next action to take. Once again, your part is to dream, to intend, and to watch for the signs that show you what next action to take. Like we were talking about, we may not know all the moves yet, but you can trust that you will know them in the right timing if you're paying attention. Right now it appears that you are on the right track to make your dreams come true. Great Spirit is listening and acting on your behalf. Pay attention. Magic gives birth to miracles. All right. I think that was pretty good. I don't think we need to go really too much more into detail than that. I think that summed up the energies pretty well. We're on the right track to achieving our destinies. You know, like where all the pieces are coming into place, even if it looks like they're falling apart. Sometimes things have to fall apart to come back together again. And so that is exactly what is happening right now. If you guys are in that space like I was in this week of just feeling like everything is a complete disaster. It's not. It's just being rearranged for our benefit. It's giving us, when we have these obstacles in our paths, what those are really doing is also showing us the magnificent power of spirit. Because spirit will come in and deliver those solutions to us if we are open to receiving those. And it just builds our faith in spirit and our faith in that process when that happens, which is so magical and so beautiful. And I lied. I said we were going to be done. But we are going to pull a couple Black Moon astrology cards. Trying to remember to show you guys the books every time I pull the cards. I know people ask sometimes. All right, Aquarius full moon. Aries, I am. Whew, okay. And then we got, so the Aries card kind of fell out there. So we're going to leave that there because we're very much in that energy. That's the energy of becoming, right? Of going after what it is that we desire, of leaving our mark on the world, of our authenticity, and being bold enough and brave enough to embrace that. Then we have 44, solar eclipse revolution. We have a spiritual planetary revolution going on right now. Some people call it the ascension, the awakening, whatever you want to call it, it is happening. But this is also the internal revolution that is happening within you right now. As you step into yourself, as you claim your authenticity and you claim your power. We have the third house messages. So this is communication coming through from our guides, from the ancient ones, from our teachers, right? It's all of that communication coming through from the subtle realms. And it's also going back to that whole piece of like how we communicate, right, with each other, with communicating the things that we need, communicating with spirit, and how we're receiving that communication back, right? Messages. This is I'm being reminded of what came up in the reading we just did with the mystical shaman oracle cards, when it talked about looking for those signs, looking for, like, we ask for what we need. We trust that the steps are going to be shown when we are ready and when the time is right to take them. And we listen for those messages. We pay attention to that. A lot of people may be receiving messages in their dreams during this full moon and throughout this week. Like, those psychic energies are going to be very hot, there's going to be a lot of those psychic energies in the air is what I'm trying to say right now. So really pay attention to any messages. If you're asking for guidance, pay attention to the messages that are coming through for you, whether that's in conversation, whether that's through a video on YouTube like this or something like that. However those messages are coming through. And if you guys are really seeking messages or confirmation about your path, or have questions and want more specific messages, you can absolutely book a reading with me and we can go through and talk about some of those things and see what spirit and the angels have to say as far as that goes. But yeah, through all different avenues, a lot of you guys are receiving messages right now. And so, like, pay attention to those. And then we have the 8th house, endings and beginnings. So this is energy that we've been in for a while now, right? This energy of cycles closing out, those new beginnings that come from those endings. So for a lot of us, we have been experiencing that, and we're continuing to experience that. And things that are not a resonate, like, as our vibration increases and also the energy of manifestation increases and things are coming through faster and faster, we're going to have a lot more endings and a lot more beginnings, because as soon as something is no longer a match for our energy, it's going to be removed if we allow it to be. And it's going to be removed and something is going to be put in its place that quickly. That's the momentum that the energy has right now. So just really getting comfortable with those endings and those beginnings right now. And all of that stuff, this is also a card because this is the house that Pluto rules. So this is a shadow card. we're getting a lot of messages coming through just as far as our own empowerment and our own personal, like how to navigate this personal revolution that we're going through right now. Like there's messages coming in through from the Galactic Federation of Light, from all of these extraterrestrial beings or star beings, light beings, whatever you want to call them as well. That just all of these messages and this information pouring in that's really, and messages, light codes, knowledge, ancient wisdom. We're receiving so much in terms of all of that stuff right now. It's like, this is, again, it's just, we have so much portal energy going on here, right? Where this is, yes, just so much empowerment, so much energy of everything is shifting right now, you guys. Absolutely everything is shifting. This week is fucking magic. That's all I can say. This week is magic. Any other cards here? Then we have Jupiter, abundance, and 6th house, routine. And so, yeah, the abundance, if we allow the endings and the beginnings to take place, if we really step into our empowerment, step into the fullness of who we are, and really be big and bold and daring to express that, daring to share who we are with the world, to allow the universe to close out the chapters that are ready to close out and bring in the things that are ready to be brought in. Like, there is so much abundance waiting for us, ready to erupt. Like, this has just been sitting in queue waiting for us to be ready to receive it. And a lot of us are becoming ready to receive that now. And the ways that we can receive that abundance, those messages are being delivered to us if we are able to listen and tune into those. And to really, this is that energy of us learning how to bring that all into the physical, right? What are the structures that we need to make? This is building the foundation, right? What do I need to do on a daily basis? What would the person who's living the life that I'm ready to embrace do on a daily basis, right? That's how we move into that timeline. That's how we align ourselves with what's meant for us, by living as if we were that person, by creating the space and the structures that would allow us to thrive in that position. We're moving into position. We're being moved and being asked to move into position right now. And it's absolutely glorious. It's so beautiful. And then we had Moon Soul on the bottom of the deck there. Yeah, right there. On top of Pluto, transformation. Yes, and destiny. I gotta stop. I could do this forever, you guys. I could do this absolutely forever. We're just gonna close with a Moonology card or two. See, I really missed you guys. I love doing these videos so much. It's so exciting and so beautiful. The energies. What closing guidance do we have for the full moon in Aquarius? A personal issue reaches resolution. Endings and beginnings, right? This is full moon in Cancer energy. And then your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus energy. Yeah. So these personal issues, we've been seeing this card come up a lot. Those are continuing to reach resolution if we are willing to allow them to. And some of those resolutions it's kind of that energy, that momentum, like I was talking about. When we are open to receiving solutions, they'll come through. They'll be resolved quicker and quicker. It's as quick as we allow spirit to come in and heal things for us, move things for us, things will begin to move. So really right now, be careful what you wish for, because you will get it. It's a beautiful thing, but like, we really want to fine tune our intentions right now. But yeah, some of these issues, especially when it comes to this Cancer type energy, the home, the family, the mother, people, anyone who's had issues going on with their family or the women in their lives, any of that mother type energy, their security. For some of you guys, this personal issue has to do with self-esteem. All of those, like whatever's been going on with that, for any of you guys, that is reaching resolution. You are finding those solutions. Those are becoming available to you. But like after that, like if there was an issue in your life that you were kind of waiting on for resolution and that you felt was sort of blocking you, like we were talking about earlier, from reaching this next phase of your evolution, like it was teaching you things that you needed so that you could then do what you're meant to do in the world. However, if you felt like there was something like that going on, that is going to resolve. But then in order to move towards your dreams, like that's like that issue being resolved isn't the end of things. Like there's still effort that is necessary. There's still a practical plan that has to be made to move forward. That's the energy that we've been talking about through this whole reading, that all these planets in Capricorn are asking us to do right now, is develop that practical plan. How do I make this happen? Right? What are the steps? Building that foundation, like we were talking about. That may actually be the name of this video, because that energy is feeling really strong to me right now. And then on the bottom of the deck, the energy is gaining momentum. So much momentous energy, so many good things. All the good things, you guys, all the good things are coming. I always love to end things on a positive note like that. You know, like it's not as though we got a lot of squares going on. It's some intense energy. If I recall, I mean, we got a lot of fixed energy, a lot of cardinal energy. So it's like we're wanting to initiate and move forward, but we're also like, we're being asked, like, we need to give a little bit. This fixed energy is very much like, this is what I want and this is how I want it done, right? And so it's like relaxing that grip a little bit and just being willing to sort of move where Spirit's trying to place us. Spirit is trying to place us where we're going to be the most effective and the most fulfilled and the most happy. But we have to allow that to happen. So it's really also about surrender and surrendering to this process and allowing it to unfold as it's meant to unfold and just trusting every single step of that process. If you're struggling with any of that, please reach out to me. As I said, I do readings. I also do incredibly powerful healings. I do a mode of healing called Belvaspata. It works with angelic energies. It works with fifth dimensional, sixth dimensional energies and on, depending on what is necessary for you at the time. It's really helpful with anything and everything that could possibly be going on any level of your life, physically, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. Like the angels and the beings of light have you covered. So reach out to me if you're struggling, if you would appreciate that. I do other things. I do personal ascension charts where I look at the planets transiting your chart and how that's affecting your ascension process right now. So many fun and interesting things. Reach out for any of those things. Drop a comment. Let me know how this video resonated, how this full moon's going for you guys. Hopefully people see it while it still is a full moon, but these energies are going on throughout the week building up to this 8/8 portal. So this video will still be incredibly relevant throughout the week whenever it is that you do catch it. If you want to donate to my channel, there is a link for that down below. It helps to support me as I create this content for you guys. I am dedicating, this is what I am going to do. This is it. I've made that decision. I've made my choice. I've decided where my path is going. And this is my path. I'm really dedicated to just growing this community with you guys and assisting you guys and learning and growing right alongside with you. That is the future and the reality and the timeline that I am cementing into. And I'm doing that by doing these videos, by really becoming actively engaged in the life that I have decided is mine, the life that I am claiming. And so your donations definitely help to support that and allow me the freedom to do that. And yeah, like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to catch more videos, all that good stuff. I will talk to you guys very soon, in a couple days at the latest, with that 8/8 portal video. Love you all so very much. Mwah.